Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 6th of February 2025 and the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market cap since the last 24 hours has definitely pumped up, and who's to say guys, over the next coming hours and days the price of Bitcoin might actually cross the $100,000 mark once again. Now look, so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned, a lot is going on in the United States of America, isn't it? And looks like President Donald Trump, he definitely wants world peace. And so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned, he definitely wants to go ahead and make Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies great again. And since the last 2 weeks, guys, I'm often stressing is, make sure you go ahead and look at information from first source, go to the White House official website, and read through the executive actions, and you'd be surprised, guys. A lot of news that mainstream media is actually covering is completely different to what the actual facts are. Now, regarding news about Gaza, guys, I'm pretty much sure the next coming days and probably weeks and months, we would get some more clarity. Now, so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned, guys, I was really curious to check how the prices are going to be reacting on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And so far, guys, I'm kind of content with what I'm looking at. Now, I'm really curious to check over the weekend how the markets are reacting. So definitely interesting times ahead in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, unfortunately, guys, things are definitely not looking good for Ripple or XRP. And the XRP ledger did actually have a downtime, and they actually halted block production as well. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely not good, isn't it? But look, guys, so far as Ripple or XRP is concerned, according to me, guys, it is more of a software, and they do not follow the ethos of open blockchain, isn't it? And unfortunately for Ripple, there was definitely disruption, and they actually stopped producing blocks for almost 4 hours. So in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on some drama regarding the world of Ripple or XRP, or how I like to call it, software. Now, in the world of Bitcoin, guys, ever since BlackRock got into the game, the entire narrative regarding Bitcoin completely changed, hasn't it? And they've entered and successfully launched a Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, there is an interesting development all the way in Europe, and BlackRock, guys, they are launching a Bitcoin ETP, which is an exchange-traded product in Europe. Now, according to me, guys, this is another milestone. Now, regarding ETPs and ETFs, guys, me personally, I'm definitely not a fan of it. Cause look, it kind of goes against the whole principle of why Bitcoin was created, isn't it? But news such as this is definitely positive for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. Now the next news, guys, is kind of like an interesting one, and this is in the world of tokenization. And Blocksquare, guys, they have gone ahead and unveiled the tokenization framework. So in today's episode, we'll very briefly touch base on this. But here's the interesting thing, guys. They have launched an EU-compliant real estate tokenization framework. Now this again goes against the whole principles of Bitcoin, because how can you be compliant to legal regulations at the same time operating an open blockchain? And regarding tokenization, guys, I definitely have a lot of skepticism. But nonetheless, guys, in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now the final news, guys, is connected to El Salvador. And technically speaking, guys, El Salvador might have been the first country to go ahead and have Bitcoin reserves in it. And the news essentially is that the Bitcoin office, which is kind of like the official department in El Salvador regarding Bitcoin, they have gone ahead and put out a tweet or X, and they're now acquiring 12 Bitcoins a day, and their current Bitcoin holdings is at 6,068 Bitcoin. So we'll very briefly touch base on this news. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is regarding Bybit, and they have unveiled CryptoArk experience in the store of Dubai. So in today's episode, we'll definitely take a deep dive into this. Now the second news, guys, is connected to digital asset transformation, and ZMG7 LLC. They are pioneering the UAE digital asset transformation through global collaboration. So in today's episode, we'll definitely take a deep dive into what this news is all about. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now here's the thing guys. Since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market hasn't changed a lot. And if you look at the volume of stablecoins and the 24-hour trading volume, that has also drastically gone down. But if you look at the price of Bitcoin, guys, that has definitely pumped up. So since the last 24 hours, guys, looks like a lot of people are acquiring Bitcoin. And there is always the saying, whenever there is a dip, treat it as a gift, isn't it? And looks like that narrative is definitely strong in 2025. Because if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is marginally down by 0.78%, and as of today, it stands at $3.34 trillion. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 32.32%, but if you look at it in terms of dollar amount, it is well above the $100 billion mark, and it is at $119.61 billion. But unfortunately, guys, the volume on decentralized finance is absolutely pathetic. The 24-hour volume in DeFi is only at $6.68 billion. And decentralized finance, guys, as of today, is accounting for only 5.58% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And if you look at the total value log, guys, it has consistently been on a downtrend, and today it is down to $107.85 billion. Now just a reminder guys, when Bitcoin did actually reach a new all-time high in 2020, at that point of time the total value locked of decentralized finance was almost double of what it is. As a matter of fact guys, it was almost 2.5x of what it is right now. The total value locked across all decentralized finance was at $240 billion. And since then guys, the total value locked has been on a downtrend. In 2023 guys, and the first 6 months of 2024, the total value locked did actually go below the $30 billion mark. And the only reason why the total value locked pumped up is because BlackRock and others got into the Bitcoin spot ETF game, and some of them also ventured into the Ethereum spot ETF game. But look guys, so far as the Ethereum spot ETF was concerned, there was a catch to it, because a lot of investors guys, they could not get access to staking as a service. And at that point of time guys, it definitely raised a red flag for me, because look, if I'm an investor guys, why would I want to go and buy Ethereum ETFs? I may as well go and buy the actual Ethereum, and then I can put it up for staking as a service, isn't it? And only because of that guys, the total value locked hasn't been increasing. And since the last 6 months guys, Solana has been making quite a lot of news, isn't it? And could it be possible that Solana turns out to be the eventual Ethereum killer? Only time will tell, I guess. Now going back to the volume of decentralized finance guys, so far as the total value locked is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $26.96 billion. And one matrix guys that I'm definitely keeping an eye on, that is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and today it is at 41.58%. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, because Uniswap has taken the number one position once again, but its 24-hour volume is almost half of what it was few days ago. It is only at $2.87 billion. PancakeSwap guys is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $2.52 billion. Radium is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $2.28 billion. Aerodrome guys is at number 4th, and its volume is well below the $1 billion mark. Its 24-hour volume is $870.84 million. Meteor guys is at number 5th, and its 24-hour volume is $842.2 million. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins, and as I mentioned earlier guys, the volume of stable coins has definitely gone down since the last 24 hours, but the good thing is that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are pumped up, and this just means guys, a lot of people are actually converting a lot of the fiat currencies and buying a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now guys, let's quickly run through the volume of stable coins, and as I mentioned earlier guys, the volume of stable coins has definitely gone down since the last 24 hours, but because the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have increased, this just means a lot of people are using the fiat currencies, and using the fiat currencies they're buying a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and using the fiat currencies they're buying a lot of Bitcoin, and that to be honest is definitely a great thing, isn't it? Now I'm really curious to check guys, if we see drastic movements particularly in the volume of stable coins and 24-hour volume over the weekend. Now despite the volume of stable coins going down to $110.74 billion since the last 24 hours, it is still accounting for 92.53% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $110.74 billion guys, Tether USDT is accounting for $92.84 billion. Circle USDC is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $8.70 billion. FDUSD guys is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $6.07 billion. Now let me do one thing guys, let me quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Bitcoin's market cap guys is still below the $2 trillion mark. It is at $1.94 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is at $342 billion. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $45.98 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $30.90 billion. Now since the last week or so guys, the dominance of Bitcoin has definitely been pumping up, and as I mentioned in the episode yesterday guys, the dominance going up is great only if the prices are pumping up, and thankfully since the last 24 hours, the prices have definitely been pumping up, and the dominance of Bitcoin is at 60.29%, and the dominance of Ethereum is at 10.60%. Now look guys, one of the things what I'd really urge you guys to keep an eye on is the market cap between XRP and Tether USDT. And yesterday guys, I talked about their neck and neck, isn't it? And right now guys, as I'm looking at it live, there is a very high possibility that Tether USDT's market cap will overtake the market cap of Ripple's XRP's market cap, and that is because of the downtime that they faced, isn't it? And right now via coin market cap, Tether USDT's market cap is at $141.24 billion, whereas XRP or Ripple's market cap is only at $141.64 billion. Now there is a very high possibility guys, by the time you're listening to the episode, Tether USDT's market cap would have overtaken the market cap of Ripple XRP, And the only reason for that is because XRP or Ripple did have a downtime, isn't it? But look guys, because the software has gone ahead and fixed the downtime, I'm pretty much sure the next coming days, Ripple or XRP's market cap will definitely overtake the number 3 position. So these are factors you definitely need to be looking at, and I'm pretty much sure guys, because of that, there will be positive impact on the price of Ripple or XRP. Now in my Blockchain DXB podcast, every day I tend to look at different metrics, isn't it? And today I want to look at the top DeepIn tokens by market capitalization. Now regarding DeepIn guys, it is called as decentralized physical infrastructure, and this is more of a narrative that has been building since the last few years. And essentially guys, these are protocols that are connected to artificial intelligence. But look guys, I am definitely skeptical regarding DeepIn tokens, and I've been saying this over and over again. When it comes to artificial intelligence definitely does not need blockchain technology as such. Rather, blockchain technology needs artificial intelligence, so the use case of these tokens guys is barely minimum. But nonetheless guys, the narrative and hype regarding DeepIn tokens has definitely been making quite a lot of buzz in the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? And if you look at the top 5 DeepIn tokens by market capitalization guys, BitTensor is number 1, and its market cap is at $2.96 billion. Now regarding BitTensor guys, think of it more like an Ethereum platform for AI tokens. So I'm really curious to check what is the future of this 3 to 5 years down the line. The second one is Render token, and its market cap is at $2.36 billion. The third one guys is Filecoin, and its market cap is at $2.08 billion. Tether Network guys is at number 4th, and its market cap is at $1.39 billion. BitTorrent guys is at number 5th, and its market cap is well below the $1 billion mark. It is down to $868 million. Now guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now is at $98,192. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.28%. But since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 6.44%. Ethereum guys is at $2,835. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.25%. But since the last 7 days, it is down by 10.97%. Ripple or XRP guys, they're definitely not looking good since the last 7 days. It is down by 21.33%, and since the last 24 hours guys, it is down by 2.98%. Now regarding the price of Ripple or XRP guys, if you look at it since the last 6 months, it has definitely made one of the strongest comebacks, and today it is at $2.44. Now unfortunately guys, for Ripple, the ledger did actually stop producing block, and Ripple's XRP ledger guys experienced a rare disruption when block production halted at ledger height number 93,927,173. But they definitely recovered from this guys, and David Shaws, who's one of the most influential person in the Ripple space, did actually put out a really interesting tweet guys. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, in the show notes below, there are a couple of series of his tweets or X. Please feel free to go and read through it. And what he actually mentioned guys essentially is that the network is recovering, and this was after an issue where consensus was running, but validations weren't being published, and this did actually cause a drift. And so far as validators are concerned guys, validator operators manually selected a safe starting point, and after the last fully validated ledger guys, they began publishing the validation. And the tweet also talked about that multiple sources provided validations, and the network gradually rebuilt enough consensus to resume normal operations. And based on the tweet guys, what David Swartz is saying is that these are preliminary observations and may be revised as more information becomes available. Now regarding Ripple or XRP guys, this incident definitely raises quite a lot of concerns about the network security as well as transaction safety, isn't it? But David Swartz reassured the community that no funds were at risk, and the servers recognized the issue and did not publish any untrusted ledgers. Now it's really important to note guys, this disruption follows previous technical challenges to XRP ledger. And in November of 2024, there was a node crash as well. Now look guys, while the XRP Foundation has expanded its unique node list, that is UNL, to improve decentralizations, some critics argue that these changes may have contributed to network instability. And because of that guys, the prices of XRP or Ripple has definitely fallen down, isn't it? Now look guys, so far as Ripple is concerned, according to me they are just software, and you don't even need the XRP token for Ripple the software to work functionally smooth. Those are my honest opinion. Now guys, let's go and discuss some interesting news by BlackRock, and whether we like it or not guys, BlackRock can definitely change the direction of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And right now guys, they are making a move in Europe, and they're working on Bitcoin ETP products in Europe. And Bloomberg guys is actually reporting that BlackRock plans to launch its first crypto link exchange ETP product, and they are targeting the European market. Now, so far as the product is concerned, guys, it is based in Switzerland, and they could begin marketing as early as this month. And this particular move, guys, follows the success of its US-based iShares Bitcoin ETF, which has amassed nearly $60 billion in assets in just over a year, isn't it? And the new Bitcoin ETP, guys, comes amid growing competition in Europe's crypto-backed security spaces. Now, at this point of time, guys, there's no more details regarding this ETP, but what I'd really recommend you to do is, on Twitter, there's a guy called Eric Balkanis, who often provides quite a lot of information regarding Bitcoin ETFs, as well as Ethereum ETF and Solana ETF as well. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, he has his own podcast as well. And so far as my understanding is concerned, he's a massive advocate of Solana blockchain. But nonetheless, guys, follow Eric Balkanis via Twitter or X, and he does provide very concrete and specific information. Now, guys, let's go and discuss some news regarding the world of tokenization framework and Blocksquare, guys. They have launched an EU-compliant real estate tokenization framework, and they did that in Luxembourg, and they are integrating blockchain with land registries to notarize agreements, and this ensures legal compliance and grant token holders direct legal claim that are backed by real estate value. And the CEO, that is Denis Petrovic, guys, called this a major breakthrough, providing investors an enforceable economic rights. Now, regarding this framework, guys, the framework leverages European Union's MiCA, that is Market in Crypto Asset Regulations, which simplifies regulatory processes for tokenized real estate marketplaces, and by streamlining legal protection, guys. Blocksquare aims to make real estate investment more accessible, especially for retail investors. And so far as real-world asset tokenization is concerned, guys, the RWA tokenization industries continue to grow, with an on-chain real-world asset reaching over $17.1 billion, and the so-called experts are predicting a 50-fold expansion by 2030, potentially reaching $30 trillion as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the future of tokenization is. And regarding the CEO, that is Denis Petrovic, I am connected to him via LinkedIn, and let's see, guys, if I can get him on my Blockchain DXB podcast. Now, guys, let's go and touch base some news regarding El Salvador. And El Salvador, guys, has added 12 Bitcoin, and this has increased the total holdings to 6,068 Bitcoin, which is currently worth at $554 million. Now, it's really important to note, guys, roughly around 6 weeks ago, IMF were actually willing to give them a loan of $2 billion, and because of that, guys, President Nayib Bukele did go ahead and amend certain regulations regarding Bitcoin as a legal tender. Now look, guys, despite a $1.4 billion IMF deal requiring reduced government involvement in Bitcoin, the country continues accumulating, and they have plans to go ahead and increase the purchases even further. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, via Twitter or X, there's an ID called as the Bitcoin Office. They are providing constant update regarding El Salvador's move in Bitcoin, so definitely interesting news. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first one is regarding Bybit, and they have unveiled CryptoX Experience Store in Dubai. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because this will be the first physical Bybit store that is located at the heart of MENA's Web3 hub. And the opening ceremony, guys, was last month on the 17th of January 2025, and over 100 attendees experienced an immersive Web3 showcase, and they even featured panels and pitches on the latest crypto trends and innovation, and there were guest speakers that included founders from the Crypto Hub, Tiny Trader, GAF Capital, PWR Chain, and quite a lot of others. And Bybit's team, guys, showcased advanced products like wealth management, VIP programs, and Web3 innovations, and there was a rapid-fire session as well that gave visitors a deep dive into Bybit's offerings in under an hour. And so far as the crypto arc is concerned, guys, it spans 16,000 square feet in Dubai, and it is designed for Web3 collaboration, and the space fosters community building and embraces the middle ethos of blockchain pioneers. And Bybit, guys, aims to bridge on-chain and real-world dialogues, boosting blockchain innovation. And Michelle, who is country manager of Bybit, guys, emphasized the role of diverse talent in the ecosystem. And so far as the CryptoArc experience is concerned, guys, the store allows traders to explore and experience Bybit products, and builders can use the space to test ideas and bring their visions to life. And Bybit envisions the hub as an intellectual home for entrepreneurs, traders, and blockchain enthusiasts. And regarding this initiative, guys, it reinforces Bybit's commitment to real-world impact in the global crypto community. And regarding the store is open to anyone passionate about crypto and smart contracts-driven innovation. And Bybit's CryptoArc, guys, serves as a platform for collaboration, innovation, and trust building in Web3 space. So definitely interesting news. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss another interesting news, and this is to do with ZMG7 LLC, and they are launching, guys, but they're launching to transform UAE's digital asset landscape through global collaboration. And there's an interesting partnership between Givan Holdings, Zodia Markets, and Meta Alpha Limited, and they are combining financial expertise and digital innovation, and looks like they're set to redefine the global digital asset ecosystem. Now, regarding Givan Holdings, guys, it is an Abu Dhabi-based investment firm, and they are driving innovation across multiple sectors. And so far, Zodia Markets is concerned, it is essentially a project backed by Standard Chartered, and it is a leading institutional digital asset brokerage. And regarding Meta Alpha Limited, guys, they specialize in crypto derivatives and wealth management for institutional clients. And ZMG7 LLC, guys, they aim to enhance Abu Dhabi's role as a global digital asset hub, and the partnership seeks to drive mass adoption of digital assets in the Middle East sector. And GMG7, guys, will focus on institutional-grade digital asset solutions and market growth. And Nala Ali, who's the CEO of Givan Holdings, has emphasized GMG7's role in Abu Dhabi's fintech's expansion. And the Chief Development Officer of Givan Holdings, guys, has highlighted the venture's impact on the GCC region. And Adrian Wong, who's the CEO of Meta Alpha Limited, aims to support mass crypto adoption in the Middle East. And Usman Ahmad, who's the co-founder and CEO of Zodia Markets, highlighted the synergy of this partnership. And GMG7 has received the first financial permission from FSRA in Abu Dhabi Global Market, and this initiative strengthens Abu Dhabi's leadership in digital asset management, and this joint venture will leverage the expertise of its partners and position the GCC as a key player on digital finance. And regarding Givan Holdings, it is committed to economic transformation, aligning with Abu Dhabi Vision 2030, and Meta Alpha Limited and Zodia Markets will bring Wall Street and institutional expertise to crypto wealth management. So really interesting news. So these were the newscasts on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Sal who asks, do you think President Donald Trump's news regarding tariffs in Gaza will have an impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? And what is it that investors should anticipate? This, to be honest, Sal, is such a brilliant and such an easy question. Now look, whether we like it or not, politics and politicians, they definitely make a direct and indirect impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now look, Sal, me personally, I'm definitely one of the massive fans of President Donald Trump. But when you talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, all reliance on one particular individual is definitely not ideal. And it goes against the very ethos of why Bitcoin was created, isn't it? Now look, President Donald Trump right now is definitely a massive advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And because of that, the prices are pumping up. And that is one of the reasons why people actually love him. But going back to your question regarding tariffs, Sal, what I'd really recommend you to do is, and even for our listeners, go to the White House website and read through the actual tariffs. And regarding the tariffs, there is a lot of misleading and fake news published by mainstream media. And if you actually go and listen to President Donald Trump's speech, he has clearly said during his campaigns that he will be heavily focusing on tariffs, and according to him, it is a negotiation tool. And here's the thing, Sal, he will definitely be increasing tariff, but at the same time, he'll be reducing the taxation for American people. And this, from an economical point of view, is absolutely genius move. And I'm pretty much sure, Sal, other countries will be doing something similar. Now, from a business point of view, I think it is great as well. Now, the only reason why the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are falling down is because mainstream media, particularly left-leaning media, they are going ahead and putting out a completely fake and different narrative. Now, look, and I've been saying this over and over again, if you actually got and read through the executive actions from the White House, you would understand what he's talking about. And then if you actually got and listen to mainstream media, I would say 90% or even 99% is fake news and misleading. And only because of that, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies tend to fluctuate. But look, so far as the tariffs are concerned, I think President Donald Trump is definitely doing the right thing. And over a period of time, I'm pretty much sure things will definitely be looking positive for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, regarding Gaza, he did go ahead and make a really bold statement that US will go ahead and own Gaza. I really am no political expert in that region, but look, The only thing I can say is that he's coming up with an innovative solution. Based on my understanding, the conflict has been going on for such a long time, isn't it? Now, on a side note, Sal, what I'd really recommend you to do is, Tucker Carlson has just released an interview with Prince Al Walid from Saudi Arabia. Please go ahead and listen to it. The interview is roughly around 58 minutes, and after you listen to that, you'll truly understand what is the decision that is done by President Donald Trump. Now look, unfortunately, news at the geopolitical level directly and indirectly impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And as much as I hate saying this, people who go and watch fake news and mainstream media, they go and make up an opinion which is completely different to what the facts are. Now, so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, since the last 24 hours, it is definitely pumped up, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see how the prices are going to be reacting over the weekend. Now, here's the interesting thing to remember, Sal. On the 12th of this month, the next CPI numbers will be out, that is the Consumer Price Index, and that would give us inflation-related information. But here's the interesting thing to remember, Sal. This information is taken from the month of January, and it will be taken only till the 15th of January, which was still under the Biden administration. So what I'd really recommend you to do is go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website and only look at information from that particular website. And at a macro level, Sal, news such as this will directly and indirectly be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies until and unless we have 100% separation of money and the state, which according to me might take at least 3 or 4 decades, or maybe not happen as well. Unfortunately, politics and politicians will definitely be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies either in a positive or in a negative way, but definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 am to 8:30 am, we have the Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. We also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And this is followed by the Ask Me Anything series that you're listening to right now, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.